Hey everyone, it's Heidi with Broadmeadow Farm, and while I realize it has been an incredibly long time since I did an update, it's beautiful out today and I thought I would take you on a update for June 2022. So the last time I gave you an update, I think was probably in mid to late October. We had actually just got all of this game fence put up, and let me tell you, it was amazing. We didn't have any deer that got in there at all this winter. Unfortunately, one of the trees that I had planted, one of the apple trees, it didn't make it. I think that was possibly because the cats had really scratched up the trunk before I realized what they were doing. And then I guess it probably just winter killed. But you win some, you lose some. So I've purchased another apple tree to replace it. But back here you can see all things are coming in amazing. We had about 4 inches of rain over the last 48 hours, which is more rain than we had all of last year. So it's just amazing how green and lush everything is. So behind me here, we've got all of my perennials, and fingers crossed that the deer don't eat them. We do have a dog who's outside quite a bit. She does sleep inside overnight, but this seems to be that there's enough of a deterrence with the fact that we have her that the deer haven't been munching on anything there. In the back, we've got all sorts of vegetables coming and things like that. I'm not going to go in though today because it is incredibly wet for right now. Let's see, if we come behind me here, we have put up the back deck. It's not finished yet, but at least we've got a deck now and we've got stairs. One thing I'm really excited to share with you is actually this bed here behind me. I know it doesn't look like a whole lot yet, but it's going to fill in as the season goes on. This is my future daylily and Asiatic lily root building bed. And what that means is that over the next year or so, these daylilies here behind me and then these lilies here, they're going to multiply. And then as they get to be that I have enough roots, we will be opening them up for sale. I will be getting them online. They can be available for shipping as well as local pickup. There are currently 63 varieties of daylilies and 26 varieties of Asiatic lilies. So now this is the second growing season we've been here on the acreage, and one thing we really knew would be a problem, and it definitely showed itself over the winter, is that on the northwest corner of our yard, the wind whips through so much. Now I realize we're probably going to have 10 years till our trees get of any size to prevent that. But what we did this year is we actually put in 9 Swedish aspens. We purchased them large. Unfortunately, over the last 2 days with the rain came some incredible winds. So you can see behind me, I'm going to have to come behind and straighten up these aspens. But the goal of this row of aspens is what it's going to do is just kind of filter some of that crazy wind that whips through. What happened is from this corner, the snow just went straight through the yard. And if we could just prevent some of that wind or at least slow it down, then it'll be a little bit better here in the yard. So that's why we put those in. We also put last year some little lilacs, and I'll show you, they've actually grown incredible compared to how they were when we planted them. When I planted them, they were only like little tiny sticks, one little stem, but now they've branched out great. The thing that happened over this second winter is we had actually a lot more settling than we expected around the house. And so unfortunately, we're going to have to dig up all of our window wells and we're going to have to raise them up about 2 or 3 inches and bring in some more topsoil. You can see here that the ground actually slopes quite a bit towards the house, and that's not super great. So that's something that we'll have to work on this summer as well. But one very exciting thing is we actually got the front deck going, and it's been really nice to be able to come home and actually sit on the deck. And as well, now maybe guests can come to the front door rather than coming through our garage. And last but not least, we've got the island bed here. It's coming along really nice. Everything that we planted last season, for the most part, came through. We did lose a couple plants, but because they were planted over a year ago, the perennials are starting to bulk up really nice. Ideally, it should have some bark mulch on there to prevent the exposed soil. It's just the way it's going to be this year, and I'll try to keep up weeding it the best I can. So there you have it. There's our quick little June update. Thanks for popping in, and we will see how we do for the rest of the summer with videos. Sometimes life gets away with me, but I'm glad that I can share this update with you, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.